Well, I was definitely wrong about how good the gear was going to be with a level 70 boost in Wrath Classic, because it's absolute crap. The gear is even more useless than a warrior in Naxxramas. So I thought I'd make up for it by making a quick gearing guide tailored for boosted characters and Death Knights, or people just leveling up normally. It isn't just going to be a video that tells you to grind Battlegrounds for brutal gear. What I'm going to do is I'm going to tell you to grind Battlegrounds for brutal gear, but I'm also going to tell you what's the best way to do that, the best way to farm honor, and obviously you can't get good trinkets from PvP gear. So I'm also going to go through some really quick good trinket options that you can get, and also some of the relics are pretty bad as well because they only give you resilience and obviously you don't really need that for leveling in Wrath. By the way guys, I have found a Blood Furnace experience exploit with the help of someone from my Twitch chat called AoEEU in the room before the second boss. There's actually a way to reset all of the wave enemies and infinitely grind these for XP, and it works out as a lot more XP per hour than doing normal runs. Now if you want to know more about that, then all you have to do is do me an absolute solid, subscribe to the channel, go to my channel page and the video is there for you. So brutal gear has actually been discounted recently with a recent change. The weapons are going for just under 20k, and the armor pieces range from 5k up to 9k, including some offset pieces too. So the best value for time spent is always going to be farming Battlegrounds for honor points. Just suffer through it, even if you don't like PvP, even if you're going to absolutely suck at the game and get owned by high geared people. Just get through it, because there's no better way or faster way to get gear in the game for the Wrath launch. Brutal gear is nearly as good as Stonewall gear, so it is really powerful. Obviously the best way to farm honor is doing Alterac Valley runs, because most people are desperate to farm honor right now and they're just running to the last boss. I've been farming around about 3,000 to 5,000 honor per hour, and I do play Alliance. Remember, you've also got your Battleground weekends, which are for double honor points. This weekend is for Arathi Basin, so it might be worth getting a pre-made for that one. And honestly guys, I wouldn't be too worried about jumping into these Battlegrounds with crap gear, because most of the people in the Battleground also have crap gear. If you really pump, you can definitely get your full set in about a week, including your weapon. The only issue with the PvP gear is there isn't really great trinkets, definitely not the best trinkets that you can get anyway. The ones you get for your boosted character aren't horrendous, but you can definitely improve them if you want to. So on the 20th of September, when the Brewfest event drops, it will actually be level 70 loot. So all you need is to get 5 people in the group, then you've got 5 chances of getting your trinkets. If you don't want to wait for that, then fair enough. There is obviously Badge of Justice options. There's a trinket for every single spec, however, they don't normally tailor towards the Blood Death Knight because they're going to increase block value or block rating, so probably better off just getting a DPS one as a Blood DK anyway. However, there is a good one from Magister's Terrace. The Priestess boss in Magister's Terrace Heroic has a chance to drop trinkets for every single spec. And these trinkets are really powerful. Magister's Terrace Heroic is also just a great way to get gear if you get bored of Battlegrounds. Another thing to bear in mind guys is, now there's no healing power in the game, some of the good healing trinkets, like the one you can get from the Badge Vendor actually, has basically just turned into a normal spell powered DPS trinket. My other piece of advice guys is something for you not to do, and that is GDKPs. You are going to replace all of the gear that you get from GDKPs in raids with heroic dungeons in Wrath of the Lich King. It is an absolute utter waste of gold. You can also get some good pieces from a pre-patch event if you're really against grinding Battlegrounds or you're shorter on time. For instance, you can get the Arcanite Ripper, which is a really good two-handed weapon, and a stat stick for hunters. That drops on the temporary mini-boss in Karazhan. Then you can also farm Necrotic Runs to buy a couple of good pieces from the Argent Dawn Quartermaster. I mentioned this earlier on the channel, it's basically an undead slaying set for every single spec in the game, so there's a cloth, leather, mail and plate version. The other pieces do have a chance to drop from rare enemies while you're doing this event. And apart from, grinding PvP pieces, getting these good trinkets, there's not really much else you can do other than the really obvious one, and that is doing raids. I've been told by someone in my Twitch chat that Sunwell is ridiculously easy now. The nerfs were quite severe, so it's going to be fairly easy to jump into Sunwell and Black Tempo and Hydral to get some half-decent gear. Anyway guys, that's going to be the end of the video there. My name is MetaGoblin. In my next video, ciao.